My son Gabriel checks in from Bruce Blakeman's offices. He's hanging out with Daniel and Judd and Jacob and Yoni, all the great interns. Gabe's having a blast working for Bruce. And our dear friend Lynn checks in, says, I'm counting on you to make sure Bruce Blakeman wins. Well, how about counting on Bruce? He's doing a damn good job himself, but certainly I've got Bruce on this program every week, and we talk every day, because I really want Bruce Blakeman to win. In my lifetime, I think Trump and Blakeman, I never wanted men to win more than these two guys, but Bruce is doing a terrific job as both the current Nassau County executive and campaigning to be our next governor. With that said, Bruce, good morning, pal. How are you?
Doing great, Sid. Having a great day today.
Well, what's going on? You know, Gabriel yesterday said he met Pat Ryder, your amazing police commissioner. He loved that. Today he was talking about Babe Ruth, something with that, and something about maybe the police headquarters again. I don't know, but what's on your docket today?
So 100 years ago today, Babe Ruth caught a baseball that was dropped out of an airplane over Mitchell Field in Nassau County.
No way.
Now, yep, and so here's what happened. A friend of mine, Guy Savia, sent me a picture of it, and he owns Me a Posto in Merritt, great restaurant. But he sent me a picture of it, and at first I didn't believe it. So I called my friend Randy Levine, who's a good friend of yours, president of the Yankees, and I said, Randy, have you ever heard of this? He said, no, I haven't. He said, but I'll ask my historian, he'll call you. So the historian of the Yankees called me back, and he said, it's absolutely true, and not only that, we have a video of it.
Wow.
So today, we're going to reenact it. We're not going to drop it from an airplane or a helicopter. I tried to do that, but there's something known as FAA rules. So I wasn't in the mood to get arrested today. So what we're going to do is we're going to get one of those hook and ladders from one of our local fire departments. They're great, our local firefighters. And we're going to drop some baseballs, not hard balls, ones that are rubber.
Right.
And we're gonna see if some of our kids can catch them.
Oh, my God.
We're going to honor Babe Ruth, the Yankees, and the history of aviation. Nassau County was the cradle of aviation. Here, Harry Guggenheim, the guy who financed most of the airports in the United States. He financed the production and exploration of rockets. He was a Nassau County resident. Charles Lindbergh actually lived with him in Nassau County in Sands Point.
No kidding.
Grumman, the aircraft manufacturer, just so many things historical here. But the Babe, he was probably one of the greatest athletes of all time, certainly the best baseball player. So we're going to honor his memory today, and we're also going to honor American aviation here in Nassau County.
Oh, my God. I would have done my show live from there today. I swear to God, that sounds like fun. I want to catch one of those balls. I know Gaby's out there, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I was there up on stage. Did we not celebrate your latest victory in Nassau County Executive, your inauguration at the Aviation Museum?
Yes, we did.
There you go.
So we have this very rich history here, and we're starting to bring manufacturing back to Nassau County, back to Long Island, because, economic development is very important to me. The defense industry is coming back, cybersecurity, all kinds of technology companies. And that's what I want to do for New York State. All of our jobs have left the state because Kathy Hochul has taxed us to death. Our electric bills are 70% higher than the national average. I'm going to cut utility bills in half. I'm going to cut your taxes. We're going to bring businesses in. We're going to create jobs. We're going to make it more affordable by giving people more money.
I got to tell you, who wouldn't like what you just said? I'll tell you who. New York Newsday. So I'm going to say this. You don't have to. These people are the worst. They're like the New York Times. So I never read it before, Bruce, because I don't live in Long Island. I live in Queens. But now I read it. You know why? Because I love you. And I want to see what these animals are saying. It's like Trump with the Times. Almost every day, somebody at New York Newsday hammers you. And, by the way, in turn, sometimes they hammer me. So the latest thing is they're taking you to task on your AI commercials. I think some of those commercials are brilliant, but you've seen some of the criticism, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I don't pay attention to it. Newsday is suing me right now, so I can't talk too much about them. They were the official newspaper of Nassau County. I decided to make a change and make the New York Post the official newspaper of Nassau County.
Good.
Only because I think their editorial board at the New York Post more accurately reflects the values and the ideology of the people who live in Nassau County and on Long Island. So they got really angry with me, and they're suing me, so we're in court. But I can tell you right now, our association with the New York Post has been great. Sometimes they're critical of me. I don't mind that. Listen, I just want it to be fair and even. And if I do something right, print it. If I do something wrong, okay, that's fair game. If it's something that's in between, tell my side of the story. That's all I ask of the media.
You know, I got to tell you, the mayor, too, does you a favor every day. I mean, look, when you go head-to-head against Hochul, you do a great job on this show and everywhere explaining it. You know, the fact that she wants to tax people, you never raised taxes once in all your stay in Nassau County. The fact that you are so pro-law and order, led by your own community with a guy like Pat Ryder. And as you said on this show, you're 100% right. She is the complete antithesis of that, the worst of any governor anywhere in the country. Energy, what she's done with that. All those issues back and forth. But what she makes it easy for you, too, is that she's friends with Mamdani. She's not just scared of Mamdani, which she is. She not only kowtows to Mamdani, she's friends with Mamdani. And every day, this guy goes on to prove to New Yorkers that he's an anti-Semite, that he's anti-American. So her association with the mayor, I have to think, only helps you.
Well, I think he's got a problem with ethnic groups that built this country. I think he's got a problem with Puerto Ricans. He canceled the Puerto Rican breakfast that every mayor had hosted. And by the way, I hosted it because I wasn't going to let the leaders of that great parade, that wonderful parade in New York, go without a breakfast. So I sponsored it. But he has a problem with Puerto Ricans. He's got a problem with Italians. Doesn't know that two of the most important places for immigration and tourist destinations are Little Italy in the Bronx on Arthur Avenue and Little Italy in Lower Manhattan on Mott and Mulberry. He couldn't attend the installation of the new Archbishop of the Catholic Church in New York City. What was he doing that day that he was too busy to attend a guy who's the religious leader of the largest religion in New York City?
Right.
I mean, you could go line, chapter, and verse with this guy. He didn't put Hell's Kitchen, where all the Irish immigrants settled, in his map. He didn't put Little Odessa, where the Russian immigrants, but he put Little Palestine. I don't know anybody who knows where Little Palestine is.
I only do because I'm really upset with some of my friends in Bay Ridge for allowing that to happen. But you're right. It's not like everybody knows Little Palestine is in Bay Ridge. He also left out the Germans. No Germantown, Bruce.
Yeah. First of all, in the Yorktown section of Manhattan was a huge German enclave. So he doesn't talk about the Polish that settled on the west side by the Hudson River over by I'm trying to think of the community over there, but a big Polish population on the west side. And
not Hudson. Where Hudson Yards is now, no? Is it Hell's Kitchen's the Irish?
No, Hudson Yards. It was lower down.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's between the two tunnels.
Okay.
Yep. But the fact is that he left the Polish off, he left the Germans off, he left the Italians off, the Irish. He's at war with the Jews. He is ignoring the Puerto Ricans. He's ignoring Catholics. It's just one thing after another with this guy. You know, do your job. Do your job. We're the most overtaxed city. We have regulations that are driving businesses out. There isn't affordable housing because you won't let landlords make a small profit and recoup their investment. You want to take over grocery stores in the Bronx. That's a terrible idea, competing with family-owned businesses that own bodegas and small grocery stores in the Bronx. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. He hates America. And you know what? Arresting Netanyahu, why doesn't he arrest Putin when he comes to town, who's killed hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people? Why doesn't he arrest Xi, who has tortured and killed people in China? Why doesn't he arrest the president of his home country in Uganda, where there's political torture and killing?
Yep.
he is so disingenuous and he is so biased, bigoted, and I got to tell you, it's a disgrace that this guy is the mayor of New York City. And there's only one person that can keep him in check. That's me as governor.
That's it, because Kathy Hochul is so scared of him that she barely says anything. I mean, come on. Even Julie Menon, who's the speaker for the city council, she's out there every day hammering this guy. I mean, during the snowstorm, people died. He did a bad job. Now we've got Legionnaire's disease. People are dying. Julie Menon comes out in the New York Post today, an audio yesterday, and she blamed him. And she's right. So all this guy has done so far is allow people to die, people to leave, and people to hate. That's what he's done. And where the hell is the governor of this state calling that out?
Well, Julie Menon is a liberal, and she and I would disagree on a lot of issues, but Julie Menon loves America. Zoran Mandami does not love America. He has anti-American values. So I respect somebody like Julie Menon,
Me too.
Even though I would disagree with her.
Me too.
But I have no respect for Mandami.
But what about Hochul? She's the governor. Why isn't she calling him out? This is her state.
She's subservient. He's running the party. She's scared to death of him. And she's presiding over a state that's in a death spiral. We're number 50 in economic outlook. 5-0. We're last. The once great Empire State. Like I said, I'll cut utility costs. I'll cut taxes. I'll bring businesses back, and I'll make communities safer, just like I did in Nassau County.
You in the northern part of the state like 2 days ago, right?
Yeah, we had a great trip in central New York.
And when are you going back up to that part of the state?
Well, we're heading up to Westchester at the end of the week. Then we got a big swing. We've got a 3-day swing in Buffalo, Rochester, all points in between.
Okay.
Then we're going to go up to the North Country. Then we got a big trip planned for the Southern Tier. Then we're going to go in the Capital District area, the Hudson Valley. But I also spend a lot of time in New York City, too, because I can tell you right now, there's a lot of votes there. People are really upset with Kathy Hochul.
Oh, yeah.
They don't like her.
Nope.
They feel like she has ignored them, especially in the outer boroughs. So I have a campaign that is statewide, and we have a lot of momentum, and we're going to win this race.
I know we are. You have energy like Trump. I got to tell you, you're all over the place every day. I say, this guy Blakeman, he could be in Manhattan this morning, and he could be in Buffalo tonight. So on the way out, what football team do you root for again?
So, as I said many times, I'm more of a college football guy. My alma mater, Arizona State University, is always number one.
Cam Scottaboo, baby, Scottaboo.
That's my boy. and I got to tell you that, I like the Jets. They're a Long Island team. They should come back to Long Island. Woody Johnson, if you're listening, let's build a stadium here. Hold on, forget the Giants.
Are you really interested in building a stadium for the Jets there?
Yes, absolutely.
Where would you put it?
Coliseum site.
I love that. I love it.
Come on, Woody. Open up the checkbook. Let's do business. Let's get a brand new stadium. You need to come back to Long Island. And my father was a big Giants fan, so I have an affection for the Giants. But I got to tell you something. When the Giants and Jets left New York for New Jersey, I happened to agree with Governor Mario Cuomo that the only New York team was Buffalo, the Bills. So I also root for the Bills. Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith, because I like the name Bruce.
Yeah. We beat your ass, their ass in the. Well, we beat their ass. They had to miss a field goal, but we beat them in the Super Bowl, thank God, in that great Super Bowl. I was at that game. Whitney Houston sang the national anthem. But the only issue I've got with you being a Bills fan, you're right. The Jets play in New Jersey. The Giants play in New Jersey. But Andrew Cuomo, Bills fan, and the worst of all, Kathy Hochul. She makes money off that team. Her and her husband. So I don't want Bruce Blakeman winning for the same team as Kathy Hochul, do I?
Did you hear the video of Kathy Hochul at the Bills pep rally?
Pathetic. Oh, my God.
Nobody joined in with her.
Nobody.
They ignored her. Listen, she knows as much about the Bills as she knows about the Knicks, claiming that the Knicks won a championship in 1993. She's criticizing Donald Trump that he doesn't know the Knicks. I was seeing Donald Trump at Knick games in the 80s and 90s, sitting courtside.
That's right.
Come on, Kathy. You can do better than that.
All right, local papers, print that. Bruce Blakeman, the quote of the day. She knows as much about the Buffalo Bills as she does the New York Knicks. I love that. Bruce, you're the absolute best. You are going to win. Every day I get stopped in the street and people say, I got to tell you, I love that guy. So we're just getting started. Big summer ahead of us, got a lot of events. And come November, you will be the next governor here in New York. I love you, pal. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Sid. Appreciate it.
See you, buddy. Bruce Blakeman right there, and right now the Nassau County Executive, but he will be the next governor here in New York.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?